Good morning, Karen here. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday morning, July 27th. Um, you may or may not have noticed I haven't done a vlog for a few days. Um, we've been really busy. Sunday, let's see, the last time I did a vlog I think was Saturday. I don't even remember what it was about. Sunday, besides church in the morning and evening, um, in between that time, I think we took a nap, but we also got on Craigslist because we're looking for a car. It's mind-boggling. But anyhow, we found some cars, both private owner and dealership, we wanted to check out on Monday. Ken took Monday off so we could go car shopping and possibly find something. So we printed out a bunch of cars that we were interested in, made a few phone calls. Some were sold, but they still were online. And it irritates me. I mean, they said, oh yeah, that sold like a week ago, and they still have the ad online. Irritating. But anyhow, some people we just couldn't get a hold of. So Monday, we left here around 8:30 in the morning and went out for, well, we stopped at the credit union first because we had to drop off a loan application and to get approved for a loan. And within a couple hours, they called me on my cell phone and said, yeah, you're approved, no problem. Whatever you want, you got it. I'm like, really? Sky's the limit, huh? She's like, yeah, pretty much. So that was good news because, I mean, we don't have any debt. I mean, we use our credit card. We pay our bills with our credit card because I get cash back and Amazon points and stuff like that. So it benefits us, and we pay it off every month. But we have excellent credit, praise the Lord. But we want to keep the loans small, preferably under 10 grand. All right. So we stopped there, drop off the paperwork. They call and say we're approved. I think we were looking at a car when they called. We looked at, oh my, maybe a dozen cars altogether. Oh, from the credit union, I'm getting all scrambled here. From the credit union, we went out. We had not had breakfast yet. Okay, so we stopped at Eaton Park and had this thing. Shut up on me. Went out for breakfast at Eaton Park and had our coffee. The coffee wasn't that good. Usually they're not. They usually have good coffee, but that particular morning wasn't very good. Not the worst I've had, but certainly not the best. You really had to sweeten it up and everything to make it tolerable. But anyhow, the breakfast was good. From there, we went around and we must have looked at, I think, a dozen cars, but we only test drove about 5 or 6 of them. It is amazing how time consuming shopping for a car is. We didn't get home till, well, we were still up in Erie, and it was like 6 o'clock, 5 or 6 o'clock, and we were hungry. We hadn't had anything since breakfast, and we were tired. It's like, okay, I don't really feel like going home, which was another half-hour drive, and then have to make supper, and that's going to take time, you know. So we decided to eat dinner out, and so we stopped at Haas's and had a really good meal. And then on the way home, we decided to go over and it wasn't exactly on the way home, but most of the time we get gas over in Ohio because it's so much cheaper. It's like $2.29 or $2.39 over here in PA, and it was only $1.99 last we knew over in Ohio. We live really close to the border, like 7 miles, 5 miles. So we decided to go fill up the car because all that running around today, I was getting down below a quarter tank. So, and on the way we thought, well, there's a dealership that we bought our first brand new car like back in 91. And we had a very good experience there. I mean, granted, that was a long time ago, but you know, we thought we could get a deal on a used car. So we went and filled up, and the gas was cheaper. It was only $1.89, and I got another 3 cents off for having the loyalty card. So I only paid $1.86 a gallon. I was really happy about that. And on the way out, we stopped at the dealership. It was, by this time, it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, something like that. And we found a used car that looked halfway decent, but it didn't really have anything, any price on it and stuff. So we asked about it, and they're just like, I don't know if you'd really want that. With you being from PA, you take your chance. You know, I know you got to have it inspected and stuff. And we're just like, okay. And they wanted like, I mean, it was an older model. It was like a 2007 or 8 or something like that, and they wanted up around $6,000 for it. If it's not going to pass inspection at $6,000, and they're like acting like it's a hunk of junk, something's wrong with this picture, you know? So they tried to keep, they're like, well, we have this for, you know, 11,000. We got, it's like, no, out the door, 10 grand. Well, for just $700 more, no. They just kept saying, well, it's not that much more than 10 grand. Sorry, buddy, but that's our limit, you know? And they just acted like it was such a chore to find something for us, and that it was like, oh, 10 grand, that's, you know, you're asking a lot to find a decent car at 10 grand. It's like, give me a break. We've been looking at so many cars today, and they were really nice cars for under 10 grand, okay? So we left there just like, you know, we're not dealing with these people. And the funny thing is, they called yesterday, Tuesday, and said that there was some kind of Chevy Cobalt we might want to be interested in that's in our price range. I didn't even bother calling back. I was outside in the garden or something when they called. I'm not calling them back. I just didn't like the way they dealt with us. They acted, you get the feeling, they didn't come out and say it, but just their demeanor was like, you certainly can't afford anything here, and 10 grand, that's, you know, beneath us or something, you know? Yet, okay, now to yesterday, I was, we didn't get home till like 7:30 that night, so we were gone for like 10 hours. So we were exhausted, we just chilled. And yesterday, Ken had to go in kind of early for him anyhow. And I spent time looking online, and I found Cars.com. I love Cars.com. It is so much better than just looking on Craigslist. Craigslist is good, don't get me wrong, especially if you want to find a private owner. But Cars.com, I love it for finding deals at dealerships. And you can get the Carfax and just everything, you know, the reviews and everything is right there. I love it. So I saved some cars. I created an account. It's free. And saved, I put in my search. You can narrow it down, the car that you're looking for, you know, the different makes and models, years, price range, mileage, you name it, even the color of the car. You know, you can be that precise, and then it'll spit out all these results for you. So anyways, as I was looking through, I found cars, and lo and behold, they were at that dealership over in Ohio that we stopped at, that they were having such a hard time finding a car for us in our price range, and they poo-pooed the car that we were looking at that was like 5 or 6 grand. And yet on their online thing, they, you know, they have a ton listed, and including that one saying what a great car it is. That just irks me. So they aren't getting our business. They blew it big time. We weren't treated like that at any other dealership, and we were at 4 or 5 dealerships. And when we told them our price limit and stuff, they didn't blink an eye. It's like, oh yeah, we got something over here we could show you, you know. And they tried to make deals with us and stuff, and we were very upfront. It's like, you know, we're not in a hurry. We're just shopping right now. And we just want to know, we want to test drive things, and do our research and stuff. And we would just say, give us your calling card, and, if we're interested, we'll be back. And they were cool with that. This other dealership over in Ohio, I was not happy with them at all. They blew it. Especially when, when you go in there in person and they act like it's, oh my, and then online they have tons of these cars in our price range, and they couldn't find a single one while we were there. Sorry. And they have 2 locations. I'm sorry. It just really irks me. Anyhow, and it's a shame because they're so close by. They're just across the border. They're like 5 miles away, Anyhow, so I love cars.com. And you can also, check the availability and have an email sent out that you're interested in a particular car, and that dealership will call you back. And so I sent in 2, and both of them called me back easily inside a half an hour from sending out that message. And they're both very nice and very helpful, answering my questions and stuff. So, not that we're going to buy those cars, but it was nice, So I created my free online account and saved a bunch of cars for us to check out if they're still available by the time we can check them out. But it's just a great resource, in my opinion, for people who want a car shop and, be able to look up the reviews and everything. It's such a clutter-free website, in my opinion. I mean, it was so user-friendly. It was great. I like it better than Edmunds. Edmunds is too cluttered, in my opinion. It's a good site, don't get me wrong, but cars.com, I'm sold on it. So that was yesterday. I was shopping online and talking to Ken about it over the phone and blah blah blah. I've been picking. It was a beautiful day yesterday. The humidity was fairly low. It was very comfortable out. Warm but comfortable. You didn't go out there feeling like, oh, this is oppressive. It was like, oh, this is pretty nice. So I was out in the garden and I picked a bunch of zucchini and squash. They're doing really well. I got to till it, and I was going to, but our lawn needed mowed very badly. And so that evening I waited till about 6 when the sun, and it was shadier and stuff, and I mowed the lawn, and it took me 2.5 hours, just about 2.5 hours. And usually it's under 2. I don't know, I must have been moving in slow motion or something. I don't know, but I did have to do both the rider and the push mower, so it might have something to do with it. I didn't weed eat, though. I didn't need to do that. Had to spray the bee nest out there that's in that bird house. They're still making, because I started mowing around there with the push mower, and I bumped the pole that it's up on, and out flew a couple of bees, and yeah, I ran. I ran, and I went and got that bee spray and sprayed it again. So I'll keep spraying it till those suckers are gone. And we're seriously thinking of just getting that thing out of there, just taking that birdhouse off of there, because the birds aren't using it. The bees are. And they're nasty creatures. Oh my goodness. Oh. So, yeah, what else? I had things written down. Oh yeah, I did 3 loads of laundry yesterday. I was so backed up from laundry. So I did that, washed and hung them out, and dishes to do. I still got to clean. I wanted to vacuum and mop and didn't get to that, and it's getting pretty bad in here. So I got to do that, and got to, what else? Let's see. No, that's about it. That's about it. Sorry, I have my head down. Yeah, so it's already over 11 minutes long already, and it's still morning, but I wanted to get you up to speed of what's been going on the past few days, just in case somebody out there is like, she hasn't posted anything for a while, wonder what's going on. Well, that's it. Just been really, really busy. So I'm going to just, I don't know if I might do a separate one later, because this one is already over 10 minutes. So I'm just going to close for now, and if I make another one, make another one. If I don't, I don't. Alrighty? So everybody have a great hump day, a happy hump day, and I hope you have a great rest of the week also, and we'll catch you later.